Let us present our topic: Seafarers' high-quality training provision by means of VR technologies in the context of maritime transport sustainability. The structure of presentation. The theoretical basis of problem using VR simulators in KSMA in the context of sustainable maritime requirements, practical experience of involving VR simulators, results of the research, aspects for further research. 1/3 of an oil pollution of the world's oceans is caused by maritime transport. It is clear that tankers are the largest source of such pollution. That is why the main focus is on the safety of tankers, qualifications, and competence of the crew. The ability of the ship's crew to implement successfully the treatment of bilge water reduces the amount of dirty waste, so the issue of the seafarer's professional competence is directly related to the negative impact on the environment. Sustainable maritime transport requires properly trained and educated seafarers. Professional training and environmental education should be based primarily on such conventions as safety of life at sea, the standards of training, certification and watchkeeping, the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, and include systematic training. The training of future seafarers can be achieved by implementing the system of blended learning. The educational process at the Kherson State Maritime Academy consists of traditional learning, online learning in a digital education environment like Moodle, virtual training, simulation training on maritime simulators, and practical training on board the ship. Previously, there was no clear idea how to integrate effectively virtual reality technologies into the educational process, but now this practice is the most important and integral stage in the training of future maritime specialists at the KSMA. Thus, the use of the simulation technologies has brought the practical skills of future maritime specialists to a new level without endangering the lives and health of the people. Practical training on virtual reality simulator in the VR laboratory aimed at the developing skills and demonstrating the level of competency, proficiency in the wall wash test requirements and procedures. This is a complex operation that ensures the readiness of tanks to accept the next cargo and is an indicator of the tank's cleaning procedures. In our opinion, it is logical that this operation was chosen to demonstrate the level of competence acquired on the various simulators. As this is the final in the procedure of cleaning cargo tanks, and it is unqualified conduct can have far-reaching consequences for the ship and crew and also ecology. Practical training on VR simulators include two important stages, which differ in target orientation: the current running and the final running. The current course running is aimed at the mastering the skills acquired in the blended learning and includes the gradual completion of any operation on the ship. Such conditions of the virtual environment simulate the initial operation on the ship, when cadet performs the duties of an ordinary seaman, follows the orders of bosun. The current course has an initiative number of attempts and unlimited time, but the final course running is focused on demonstrating the level of the competency, so the student's actions are limited in time and he or she acts without prompting, so they can act on his or her own knowledge and skills. The current and final operation wall wash test on the VR simulator in KSMA includes the following stages: introduction and safety, familiarization with wall wash test equipment, choice of correct chemicals for wall wash test, familiarization with sample collection procedures, different types of demonstrations. You can see it on the picture. Research was conducted in KSMA with 197 students and 11 teachers. At the first stage, we checked the students' level of knowledge and grouped them into groups: experimental 96 students and control 101 students. The evaluation of each checklist was conducted with the help of 100 points assessment. After the analysis of the students' evaluation, which showed 68% control group and 63% experimental group, we used Pearson criteria to check the deviation of statistical difference between control and experimental group. At the end, the students of control and experimental groups were checked again using our checklist. The average point in the control group was 82% and in the experimental group was 88%. Also, students in both groups fulfilled procedure wall wash test on VR simulator, while the students of experimental group finished it in 1 day. Students in control group finished the procedure in 3 days because they had only theoretical knowledge and didn't know how to use their skills in real situation. Research reflects modern approaches and describes a methodology for acquiring practical skills by means of VR simulation technologies. The authors have shown the effectiveness of practical skills mastering by using VR simulators in the process of forming the environmental awareness of seafarers. Still, there are a lot of aspects for further research, such as using VR simulators to check the professional competence of the officers and masters. Thank you for your attention.